Widely considered one of the best players of his generation, Rooney is Manchester United's top scorer, and until 2023, he was also the English national team's top scorer. A creative and energetic striker who combined technical skill with strength and physicality, while also excelling in the air despite not being very tall. A versatile striker capable of playing in any attacking position. However, several injuries throughout his career, as well as weight problems, affected his speed and mobility as his career progressed, leading some experts to accuse him of not reaching his full potential. So, you will tell me at the end of the video whether Rooney was a football legend or just another player who didn't live up to his potential. I await your comment.
I do not believe what I've just seen!
Oh my God, an insane goal! I've just seen!
In the pinned comment, you will find the link to the detailed ebook I made about this player's career for a symbolic fee. Help us grow and bring more content to you. Rooney began playing for Liverpool's youth teams, scoring 72 goals in one season. He joined Everton at the age of 9. In the 1995-96 season, at the age of 10, he scored 114 goals in 29 games for Everton's under-10s and 11s, and at 15, he was already playing for the under-19s. Rooney was already seen in the youth ranks as one of England's biggest prospects and was included in Everton's main squad for the 2002 season. At the age of 16, he made his senior debut on 17th of August in a 2-2 home draw against Tottenham, starting the match and assisting Mark Pembridge's first goal. His first goals for the team came on 2nd October when he scored twice in a 3-0 away win over Wrexham in the second round of the League Cup. On October 19th, Everton hosted Henry's Arsenal at home, who had gone 30 games without defeat. In the 80th minute, with 10 minutes left in the match, coach David Moyes put the boy, who would turn 17 5 days later, on the field. And in the last minute of the match, Wayne Rooney ended the unbeaten run of Arsène Wenger's team. Everton finished the league in 7th place, with the English promise scoring 6 goals and contributing with an assist in the campaign. In January, Rooney signed his first professional contract, making him one of the highest-paid teenagers in football world. He also became the youngest player to play for England when he debuted in a friendly against Australia, aged 17 years and 111 days. And later that year, he became the youngest player to score for England in a UEFA Euro 2004 qualifying match against Macedonia. The following season saw Rooney virtually an undisputed starter, now aged 17, scoring 9 goals and providing 4 assists during the Premier League campaign. But Everton saw its performance drop significantly compared to last year, finishing in 17th place, 1 place above relegation. At Euro 2004, he became the youngest player in history to score in the competition when he scored twice in England's second group stage match against Switzerland, which ended in a 3-0 victory. Rooney scored 2 more goals in the competition in England's final group match in a 4-2 win over Croatia, but subsequently suffered an injury in the quarter-final match against hosts Portugal, and England were eliminated on penalties. Rooney was consequently named in the UEFA team of the tournament after scoring 4 goals in 4 matches. In July 2004, Everton offered Rooney a new 5-year contract worth £50,000 a week, which would be the highest salary ever offered by the club at the time. Amid growing speculation linking Rooney with a move, Everton's chairman admitted the club's financial situation meant a move would revitalise the club. Amid speculation from Newcastle and Chelsea, he finally signed for Manchester United at the end of the month after a final fee of $37 million was agreed. It was the highest fee ever paid for a player under the age of 20. Rooney was still 18 when he left Everton. He was given the number 8 shirt upon arriving at Old Trafford, which had names like Roy Keane, Ryan Giggs, Van Nistelrooy and Cristiano Ronaldo in the squad, led by the legendary Sir Alex Ferguson. He made his United debut on 28th September in a 6-2 home win over Fenerbahce in the UEFA Champions League, scoring 3 goals and providing 1 assist. These goals made Rooney the youngest player to score a hat-trick in the Champions League, aged 18. His first season at Manchester United, however, ended without winning a trophy, as the team only managed to finish third in the league and failed to progress to the round of 16 of the Champions League. United had more success in the Cups, but were knocked out of the League Cup in the semi-finals by Chelsea, who also won the Premier League title that season. A goalless draw with Arsenal in the FA Cup final was followed by a penalty shootout defeat. Rooney was United's top scorer that season, with 11 Premier League goals and 17 overall for the season at the age of 18, and received the PFA Young Player of the Year award. His first trophy with United came in the 2005-06 EFL Cup, when he was named man of the match after scoring twice in the final as United won 4-0 against Wigan Athletic. But they had a terrible campaign in the group stage of the Champions League and finished in last place. In the Premier League, the club had been chasing Mourinho's Chelsea for the title and had a straight game with 3 matches remaining in the league. However, the club disappointed and suffered a 3-0 defeat to the London club, with Rooney breaking his metatarsal at the end of the match. Rooney finished the year with 19 goals in total and 10 assists. With the fracture suffered in the match against Chelsea, Rooney had to race against time to participate in the 2006 World Cup. England tried to speed up his recovery with the use of an oxygen tent. He was only on the bench in the first match against Paraguay and came on in the second half in the match against Trinidad and Tobago. In the third match against Sweden, he was already a starter. However, he never returned to form and did not contribute a single goal in the English campaign that ended in the quarter-finals, when England lost on penalties to Portugal, following his memorable red card for assaulting a Portugal player. During the first half of the 2006-07 season, Rooney went on a run of 10 games without scoring a goal, before scoring a hat-trick against Bolton. In the League Cup, Rooney guided Manchester to the final, scoring 5 goals in 6 matches, but they were defeated by Chelsea in extra time. In the Champions League, Rooney didn't find the net much, scoring his first goal only in the quarter-finals. In the semis, the Manchester team beat Milan at home 3-2, but were heavily defeated in Italy 3-0, with a show from Kaká and Seedorf. In April, with Manchester in the lead, with a 3-point advantage over Chelsea, Rooney visited his former team and was poorly received by the fans, but he responded on the field with a goal and assist, also kissing the current club's badge. The victory handed United the title, and Rooney won the Premier League for the first time. He finished the league as the league's top assister with 12, while his teammate Cristiano Ronaldo was named the league's best player. In June 2007, Rooney received the number 10 shirt from Ruud van Nistelrooy. Manchester started the season by beating Chelsea in the Super Cup. In August, Rooney fractured his left metatarsal again. After being sidelined for 6 weeks, he returned and scored in United's 1-0 Champions League group stage victory over Roma. Rooney was injured again in November, damaging his ankle and missing another 2 weeks. Manchester United and Chelsea reached the last round of Premier League tied on points. Chelsea hosted Bolton at home, and Manchester would visit Wigan. Rooney contributed both assists in the match in the 2-0 victory, while Chelsea only managed a draw, and Manchester won their second Premier League in a row. In the Champions League, Rooney scored 4 goals in the route to the final, beating Lyon, Rome, and a very tough game against Messi's Barcelona. In the final, for the 3rd time that year, the Red Devils would compete for the title against Chelsea. Cristiano opened the scoring at 26 in the first half, but 20 minutes later, Lampard levelled the match. Neither team managed to score again, and the match went to penalties, but Alex Ferguson subbed Rooney off just before the match ended. On United's 3rd penalty, Cristiano missed his shot, which left Chelsea ahead. When it came to deciding the championship with the last shot, Terry sent his chance out. 2 shots later, Van der Sar caught Anelka's penalty, and Manchester took their long-awaited Champions League home. Rooney had a successful year with 3 titles, but was overshadowed at the club by Cristiano's great year, who ended up winning the Ballon d'Or, while Rooney was in 13th place. In the 2008 European Super Cup, United lost to Zenit St. Petersburg. In December, Rooney, coming off the bench, scored twice in the 5-3 semi-final victory over Japanese club Gamba Osaka in the FIFA Club World Cup. And after scoring the winning goal as United beat LDU Quito 1-0 in the final in Yokohama. Rooney was awarded the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player. Rooney, who now had a tighter dispute in attack with Tevez, Nani and Berbatov, scored 12 goals in the Premier League in the 30 games he played and helped Manchester once again win their 3rd consecutive title, while this time Ryan Giggs was named Premier League's best player. In the Champions League, Rooney again contributed with 4 goals in United's campaign, which beat Inter in the round of 16, Porto in the quarter-finals and Arsenal in the semis. The final would be against Barcelona, which had rising star coach Pep Guardiola. And Manchester didn't resist with goals from Eto'o and Messi. The Spanish club defeated Rooney and United. Cristiano Ronaldo left Manchester for Real Madrid, and Rooney became the team's main player at the age of 23. He scored in the English Super Cup, but Manchester was defeated on penalties by Chelsea. In the EFL Cup, after the semi-final first-leg defeat to Manchester City, he scored and helped the team advance to the final. And coming off the bench in the game against Aston Villa, he scored the winning goal that secured the title for his team. In the Champions League, Rooney scored 4 goals in total in the 7-2 aggregate against Milan in the round of 16. In the first match against Bayern in the quarter-finals, he scored the goal that opened the scoring, but at the end of the match, he suffered a sprained ankle that left the team vulnerable, conceding the winning goal for the German team. On the second game, despite still feeling pain, Rooney went into the match and the team managed to take a 3-0 lead. But after Raphael was sent off, Rooney suffered another ankle injury and had to be replaced. The German team managed to reduce the score, qualifying by the away goals rule. With the ankle injury, Rooney was not available for the decisive game against Chelsea, with 5 rounds remaining in the league. Chelsea won the match and took the lead, consequently winning the championship. Rooney was still chosen as Premier League best player, in which he scored 26 goals and contributed with 5 assists. He was given the England number 10 shirt by manager Fabio Capello ahead of the 2010 FIFA World Cup in South Africa. But England had a terrible campaign, winning just 1 game in the group stage. Rooney was goalless throughout the tournament, and England were eliminated in the last 16 after a 4-1 defeat to Germany. In October, Manchester United manager Sir Alex Ferguson stated at a press conference that Rooney wanted to leave the club. Rooney and his representatives released a statement about his decision to leave the club, insisting it was not about money, but ambition. Following this statement, Rooney, in a dramatic turnaround, signed a new 5-year contract with Manchester United until June 2015. After a few games on the bench, Rooney returned to the starting lineup in November, scoring 11 goals in total in the league, including a Puskas-nominated bicycle kick against Manchester City. The team didn't have much competition this season and won the Premier League with a 9-point lead, the 4th in Rooney's career. In the Champions League, Rooney contributed to the victory in the round of 16 against Marseille, scored in the victory against Chelsea in the quarter-finals and also in the victory over Schalke in the semis. And again, they would face Messi and Guardiola's Barcelona in the final. Despite Rooney scoring, the English team were defeated 3-1. Rooney, despite having a significant drop in his numbers this year, was in 5th place for the Ballon d'Or. Once again, Manchester started the year by winning the Super Cup, this time over their local rival Manchester City, but was eliminated early in the 2 national cups and also came 3rd in his group in the Champions, being eliminated in the round of 16 in the European League. At the end of August, Rooney scored his 150th goal for United, the first of a hat-trick, to help beat Arsenal 8-2. In the following game, Rooney scored another hat-trick in a 5-0 victory over Bolton, becoming only the fourth player in Premier League history to score a hat-trick in consecutive games. United had everything it took to win the league again. Rooney had his highest scoring season, scoring 27 league goals and 7 assists. But with 3 rounds to go, they lost the game to City and ended up losing the lead to them. On the final day of the season, Rooney put United ahead against Sunderland. At this point, Manchester City were 2-1 down in the game. Before stoppage time, Rooney's goal looked like it would seal the title. However, Manchester City scored 2 goals in stoppage time, with Aguero's decisive goal in the 94th minute to take the trophy. England ended up being eliminated in the quarter-finals against Italy in Euro 2012, which after 120 goalless minutes, they won 4-2 on penalties. After another international tournament in which the English media criticised Rooney's performance, the national team coach himself said that the English player only plays well in Manchester. At the start of the 2012-13 season, Rooney was dropped to the bench in favour of new signing Robin van Persie. He suffered from injuries during the season, being absent in more than 10 games during the Premier League. The club reached the round of 16 of the Champions League, being eliminated by Cristiano Ronaldo's Real Madrid. The Manchester team had a peaceful Premier League, winning the 5th Premier League of Rooney's career, but the team's highlight was Van Persie. And in May, Sir Alex Ferguson announced that Rooney had handed in his transfer request. With Ferguson's retirement, new United manager David Moyes, who managed Rooney at Everton, announced that he was not for sale, following speculation that Chelsea, Arsenal, Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain were among the clubs wanting to hire him. In the Champions League, Rooney finished as the top assister with 8 in total, despite only scoring 2 goals, but Manchester was eliminated in the quarter-finals by Bayern Munich. Meanwhile, in Premier League, Manchester had one of its worst campaigns, finishing in 7th place, being left out of the following year's European competitions. Rooney came to the 2014 World Cup as England's top scorer, scoring 7 during the qualifiers. He helped Sturridge score in the first game, but England lost 2-1. In the second match, he finally scored his first goal in the World Cup, in his 3rd appearance, at the age of 28. But England lost the match again, and with a draw in the last round, they were eliminated in the group stage. Following Vidic's departure from United, Rooney was named club captain by new manager Louis van Gaal. Rooney was Manchester United's top scorer in the 2014-15 campaign, but his tally of 14 was the lowest by a top scorer since 1982. United's total of 62 goals was also the 2nd worst in the Premier League era, which saw the team finish in 4th place. The following season, Rooney led the team to the FA Cup title, the first of his career, by defeating Crystal Palace. But the club was eliminated again in the group stage of the Champions League and finished 5th in the Premier League. Under the command of Jose Mourinho, Manchester started the season by winning the Community Shield over Leicester, with the help of Rooney. No longer one of the highlights of the team, which now included Ibrahimovic, Mkhitaryan, Pogba, and the young Rashford. Rooney finished the year with just 8 goals. In his last game for Manchester United, Rooney came on as a substitute, playing just 1 minute as United beat Ajax 2-0 to win the UEFA Europa League. At 31, he knew he no longer belonged to that Manchester team and would finally leave the club. He finished his Manchester United career as the club's all-time leading scorer with 253 goals, winning 5 Premier League titles and won each of the Champions League, Europa League and FA Cup. After much speculation in previous months, Rooney returned to his boyhood club. In November, he scored his first hat-trick for Everton in a 4-0 victory over West Ham, contributing with 11 goals as Everton finished in 8th place. Rooney then decided to go to US football, and signed with DC United of Major League Soccer. At the end of the 2018 MLS campaign, he was named DC United's MVP and Golden Boot winner, scoring 12 goals in 21 matches. In 2019, Rooney returned to England as player-coach of English Second Division team Derby County. His debut came on January when he started and assisted the first goal in the 2-1 win against Barnsley. In the following season, he began to be criticised for his performance in the first games, and in November, he played his last game for the club. Shortly afterwards, he was announced as Derby's permanent coach, taking on a new challenge in his successful career. Don't forget to check out our ebook in the pinned comment